We'll see if we're matched up equally on our final game of the week. It's a game that you may not have seen on your top 25 graphic. And, well, it's not a top 25 matchup, but it still has massive postseason implications on the line. The SMU Mustangs go on the road to take on the Memphis Tigers, 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Guys, tune into this one. I think this could be a lot of fun. You've got the SMU Mustangs, who are still potentially one of the favorites to make a New Year's Six bowl. This is essentially a American semifinal game. The winner of this, in all likelihood, makes the conference championship game. The second semifinal game will be played next week when Tulane and UTSA square off. Can't wait to preview that one. But Garrett, in this game, we've watched the Ponies all season long. We are proud season ticket holders of those SMU Mustangs. The story for me is the defense. The Mustangs defense has improved exponentially from last year to this season. The Ponies couldn't stop anybody a season ago, and now statistically they're inside the top 30 in all major defensive categories, namely the scoring defense, which has gone from 100 plus a season ago to 9th in the country this year.
Yeah, this is an awesome rise for SMU. I'm going to kind of let this one be a fun game for me. I wrote both of these teams' preview articles all the way back in the offseason. This is a fun one for me to watch, especially knowing what both these teams had coming. Look, I expected a bunch out of SMU this year and a massive step forward on defense. They have blown me away in what they've been able to do. The transfers that they brought in here, the leadership that they've had on this team, some of that senior leadership finally stepping up and setting the tone for the younger guys. It's awesome to see. And SMU's been having a great season because of it. And all of the great things that they have coming for them this year, it's fully deserved. They've done a fantastic job. Preston Stone been leading this team really well. Obviously, the running attack, Jalen Knighton, we call him Rooster Knighton, LJ Johnson, Kamar Wheaton, like these guys have been really, really contributing and making it really fun to watch this team on offense. And look, if you look at Memphis, this is still a team that's having a pretty good year, right? 8-2 is still good. This is the same record as SMU. The defense leaves a lot more to be desired, and that was something I thought was going to happen as well. They're just missing pieces.
Yeah,
I think in a lot of places. They have some studs that can play defense, but there's just too many gaps on that defense, honestly. So, look, when you break this one down, it's going to be a lot of points, I think, in this one, a lot of scoring on both sides. I think SMU will have more success stopping Memphis long term, but I got to tell you, man, Seth Hennigan, he's got that thing in him, right? He's just got that gunslinger in him for Memphis. That if he turns it on, if he figures some stuff out, he can make something happen, right? He can bring you back from the depths, and that's a really cool thing to think about. So I think that this matchup is going to be a lot of fun. You got to tune in for this one. Again, 8-2 teams playing this late in the season, and it's not a top 25 matchup. Well, it can only be a G5 game, right? So tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun, and enjoy yourself because of it on a light weekend.
Trey, Seth Hennigan beat North Texas on the road back in his hometown of Denton, right? He's a Texas kid, a Denton Ryan quarterback, a state champion, went away for school. Taking on SMU, the key for Hennigan certainly seems to be eliminate the interceptions. In both of their losses this season, he threw 2 each, 2 against Missouri, 2 against Tulane. Very competitive games, but no doubt the turnovers certainly helped sway it against the Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it best. 2 losses were Mizzou and Tulane. Obviously, no shame in losing those games, but the turnovers were the big story. 2 interceptions in both of those losses. The other thing that concerns me about Memphis in this one, they have yet to beat a team with a winning record this year. So they've beaten several teams that are sitting at 5-5, but no team that currently has a winning record. So that's a little bit concerning to me. I know that, SMU, I think, challenged themselves in the non-conference a little bit more, playing both Oklahoma and TCU. And I've just been more impressed with SMU as a whole team so far. Memphis certainly has the offense going. You guys highlighted it. The defense leaves a lot to be desired. And I, too, have been really, really impressed with the increased defensive effort on the SMU sideline.
As SMU gets ready to transition over to the ACC, it got me thinking. A lot of people are maybe not surprised about SMU. I don't know if surprised is the right word, but there's gonna be a ramp up period where the ponies have to prove that they belong. Does SMU need to win the American this year as some sort of stepping stone to the ACC? Like, would that help legitimize their rise to the next level?
It certainly would. I think, SMU's always been right there in recent years, but they haven't gotten any hardware to show for it. I think a lot of people were surprised around the country. Like, if you live in Texas, you know that SMU can be capable of big things. And a lot of people know the history and all that good stuff. I don't need to get into that right now. But I think around the country, it definitely raised some eyebrows when SMU was invited to the ACC, and winning a G5 conference on the way out and going to a New Year's Six Bowl would certainly, provide a lot of added fodder to that discussion. Like, give SMU some street cred going into the ACC.
Yeah, I don't think it's a must happen type of thing, but it obviously would go a long way. This is a good program, right? This is a really good program that I think a lot of energy is about to be injected, regardless of how this season ends. I think that just the idea that they're going to be playing in a different conference is going to really just rev up the fan base. It's going to rev up the donors. It's going to rev up everybody around the program, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens around SMU going forward.
I got distracted by one of I guess a top 300 commit just flipped from Louisville to Miami. Great week to do that.
Wow.
Okay.
His quote to Haynes Fawcett was, "The U is back," and all I can think of is back to absolutely mediocre when Louisville
back to making a bowl game.
Well, that is true. Congratulations, Miami. You can go 6-6, like 78 other teams
to the
in the
Pinstripe
FBS.
Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. All right, back to being focused. Let's make our picks here. SMU and Memphis. Memphis, the home team. Good offense, bad defense. Guys, for whatever reason, this is the kind of the opposite of my model. But I think Memphis keeps it close here. I think this is a shootout, like both of you have intimated. You guys, I'm guessing, are having SMU pull away late. Let me know if that's wrong. But I think Memphis can keep this within 8.5. SMU wins by a touchdown. But Seth Hennigan's got that dog in him, man. He's going to throw some picks in this game, I'm sure. But I feel like this is just going to be one of those classic G5 down the stretch, championship on a line, back and forth shootouts. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, I have SMU pulling away late, yes, but just look at their schedules, and I do want to correct myself. SMU has actually not beaten a team with a winning record yet either. I thought they'd gotten a couple, but I was mistaken on that. So take that point for what it's worth. But SMU's just been dominating their competition. Memphis has been playing generally closer games than SMU. I think that travels. I think their defense travels. I think their run game travels well. I'm going to take SMU minus 8.5.
Yeah, I just think too much defense for SMU. I think that they're going to play well on defense, going to get some turnovers, and really be explosive on offense. RJ Maryland would be my pick to go off in this one for SMU. I think he's going to have a great game and just score a whole bunch. He's getting a touchdown every 4 catches. Throw the ball his way. Feed the beast. I'm picking SMU to win this one fairly comfortably.
Get yourself someone who loves you like Garrett loves RJ Maryland. I feel like every time
name. It's the last name for sure.
There's a Maryland affiliation over there in the
can't break this
attorney
turtle.
household. That's right.
Gracious him! How about